There is no let-up in this latest phase of violence. The Gaza Strip battered by Israeli airstrikes, retaliation for the huge barrage of rocket fire that has been loosed on civilians across southern Israel. In major cities, the sound of sirens is a constant refrain. As we filmed at a house that had been hit by a rocket, we ended up running for cover.
Guys, come on. Well, sirens have just sounded again. We're in Ashkelon. We're about 5 kilometers from here to the Gaza Strip. In here now, the Iron Dome is shooting the rockets out of the sky. But this has been going on like this all day.
The rockets and mortars that Hamas and other Palestinian groups are firing are not always intercepted. This strike killed a 58-year-old man in the early hours, peppering the building with shrapnel. Palestinians have also been burying their dead. This the funeral of a pregnant woman and her infant niece. But Israel has denied it was responsible, saying they were killed by accidental militant fire. Israel claims its strikes are only hitting military targets. But the owner of this building cannot understand why it was levelled by an Israeli bomb.
I'm really surprised. All the people who are renting are businessmen with business offices, and the residents who live here are very poor. They hardly pay any rent. Every month I beg them to pay the rent. I'm surprised, and there is no reason at all to target the building.
The IDF has also carried out targeted strikes on Hamas operatives. This car was being driven by a man Israel claims was responsible for funneling Iranian money to armed factions in Gaza. Sources within the Israeli security establishment blame inter-Palestinian factional rivalry for the flare-up.
It seems as if the Palestinian Islamic Jihad are trying to drag everybody, Hamas themselves, the Gaza Strip and Israel, into some kind of escalation. We have signaled very clearly to Hamas that we hold them responsible for every act of violence that comes from the Gaza Strip towards Israel, and we will retaliate against them.
Hamas, though, claims it is Israel's failure to deliver on conditions of the previous ceasefire that have led to the breakdown. It is hard to read where this goes next, but with Israel due to host the Eurovision Song Contest in the next 10 days, the stakes could not be higher. The Egyptians and the United Nations are trying to broker another ceasefire to end this round of violence. But for now, the fighting goes on, and the suffering on both sides continues. Alex Rossi, Sky News, Ashkelon in southern Israel.